What is going on, my beautiful D.D.D fam? It is your boy Brendan, aka Drip from Team D.D.D, back with another glorious video. In today's video, I got out the fine china in this playmat again because your boy is back, bro. Not me. I can't take the credit because I take credit for this list, but I'm not taking credit because it's all about your boy right here, Alistar, the star boy of the show. Enough with the cringy pun intros, but yeah, I decided to go back to Alistair because I think Alistair is actually able to be played potentially in the Rizio format. If you know anything about me, I like posting videos and updated profiles and discussions and stuff on decks that I enjoy, and this is obviously one I've enjoyed for years and years and years. Invoked Shaddoll. With that being said, I typically only post videos on certain said decks when I feel like the deck is actually able to be played. I don't generally post videos just so people can have a list on what to go by for said format, because that's just not really my style unless I mention it ahead of time in the video, in the early introduction of the video. But I thoroughly believe that if piloted right and a proper list is put together, Invoked Shaddolls can actually play this format. Now, if you can't tell by the title or the way I'm talking, and this is going to be weird coming from me because I'm a simp for the Dogmatica lore, but we turn back the clock with this one, boys. We're not running Dogmatica. We're just running good old Invoked, and we're running good old Shaddolls, which is good, but also bad in the D barrier. But it's all good. If they D barrier us, so be it. I'm in theory crafting this list for a while. Oh, and also another reason why I haven't brought an Alistair list in a while is because I lost my third copy of Alistair, but I freaking found it, so it was just meant to be. So side note on that. But the reason why we are not running the Dogmatica cards is you either have to have room for hand traps or you have to have room for breakers. And all the Dogmatica cards are extenders. But if you fill in the gaps with enough two-way cards, you'll be able to fill in the gaps in the form of extension that the Dogmatica cards provide us. So since we don't run the Dogmatica cards, it allows us to run more two-way cards / two-way breakers, if that makes sense, that do multiple things offensively and defensively is what I mean by two-way. I really thoroughly believe in this list, and I can't wait to show you guys. Obviously, there's going to be some non-budget cards, the elephant in the room, but we can talk about budgetary options when we get there for the side deck. This is going to be a discussion video. This video is going to be lengthy. It's probably going to be more lengthy than most of my other videos, which is insane considering most of my videos are long. The reason being is because I haven't done an Invoked list in a long time. But with that being said, it's going to be longer because I want to discuss why I think he fits in the format, why I think we'll be able to succeed, and what interactions it provides us with other decks / rogue decks / meta decks like Rizio and stuff like that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. I won't keep you guys waiting any longer. I apologize for the longer intros. But like I said, I tested hand trap version. I liked it, but I felt like it was too it was like missing something, and what it was missing was like the breakers. But no, it could break the deck. It was too reliable on drawing enough engine paired with your hand traps. Even though I made sure the ratios, engine to hand trap ratio, was equal or more lenient towards engine, it just didn't feel consistent enough in those regards. But you can build it to you however you see fit. If you want to go back to the hand trap version, that's fine. If you wanted to breaker version, then you can copy my list. But the rest of it, it's going to be pretty much just bread and butter, the way it's been for years now. I don't run the new art, even though the new art is nice, because I own the alties. One of y'all commented on my videos. The reason why I don't is honestly only because I have the alties. If I didn't have the alties, then I'll be running the new art. The new art goes hard. Now, if they make the new art ulti, chef's kiss. And then 3 meltdown, and then I am on the terraforming for consistency. This is a 40 card list, by the way. I want to keep that in mind. This is it for the Invoke standard for years. Years and years and years. Now, I'm playing actual Shaddolls because it is Invoked Shaddolls, not Schism Package deck. I'm playing a big Shaddoll package. Big. Shout outs to the super rare because my other ultras are in my Cartesia version of the deck. 2 Windy, 1 Hedgehog, 1 Falco, 1 Beast, 1 Aerial, 1 Hound, 1 Dragon, and 1 Genius. You all ask for this card all the time, but I always tell everyone who asks for it the same thing every single time. This card is only good in the Invoked variant because of Meltdown, making it to where they can't respond to your fusion summons, basically. So if you just make App Clone, you just send this under App Clone, so you can send this and any of the other names, and then just turn multiple cards off in one go. So it turns your Shaddoll fusion into better. So this is, but since like if you were to play this in the other versions, like my Cartesia version, it's not that good because if it's like a quick effect or whatever, all you're doing is baiting and trading a 1-for-1, and it's more of a neg one because you could get these and get more utility out of these if you send that instead of Genius. But like I said, since they can't respond, Genius gets better. That's why we run Genius. That's it for the Shaddoll monsters. We run 12, I think it is. We run a big Shaddoll count. And then 3 fusion, 6 fusion, and then the 1 Schism and the brick. I hate this card, but I love it at the same time. Like, I hate drawing it. I draw it too damn much. But yeah. This is it for the Shaddoll package. You need a fuse or you lose, so that's why we max out on it. And into the non-engine. Non-engine's going to be kind of awkward, but 3 Fenrir, 3 Super Poly, because into Ryziel, you just go normal summon Alistair. They try to do something. You just chain Super Poly, take their shit, and Alistair to make whatever Invoke Fusion you want. 3 Talents because Alistair is a walking Ash Bait. 1 Called By because of Ash Bait. And then 1 Instant Fusion. If you've seen my Cartesia list and you understand why I'm running Instant Fusion, Mud Dragon protects your Alistair. And on top of that, this can also crap out a Raijin if you need to quick book moon something to trade 1-for-1 basically. So that's another thing that's cool too. But yeah. Fenrir replaces itself. Talent is a 2-way card. Fenrir is a 2-way card. Super Poly is a 2-way card. That's what I meant by 2-way cards, because you can Super Poly your own stuff. Talent draws or rips or steals, and then this replaces the ham and puts a body on board, and they have to interact with it. If not, they're just going to be hurting later on. And on top of that, it banishes your opponent's stuff, so it's a 2-way card. But that is it for the main deck. It's a clean 40. Clean 40. As of right now, there's nothing I'd really change. It's going to be awkward, though, kind of like with the board breakers, but I think we'll be fine. The extra deck is where it's kind of awkward. There's a couple of things I kind of would like to change, but we could talk about that real quick. Speaking of the extra deck, let's go into it. Lynx. 1 Moon Maiden. The only reason she's here, she's basically a vanilla. We don't care about her effect because we don't run Match this. She's only here because she's a light target. Secure Gardna and All Mirage is outdated. Don't use that shit. And definitely not if you're not running Maximus. And it's not needed even if you run Maximus, as you've seen in my Cartesia builds. I don't run that, and I still run Maximus. But this is here for a free light target. Gravity Controller, arguably the best link in the deck in all of our Shaddoll versions. Little Knight breaks boards. That's what we like to do with this deck. Shaddoll lineup's going to be different from what you're used to seeing from me. 2 Construct. 2 Winda. I don't know why I'm running 2 Winda. I don't like it, but I don't know. It's kind of awkward. But I'm running it because, like, just to prevent the part where when you're recycling Winda with Resh, they can just attack over it since Resh summons it in defense. Summon another one off Schism in attack position at some point, like, in theory is better because in this version it's better. In the Invoked version it's better. Because you're playing a lot slower of a pace of a game with the Invoked version than you are with the Cartesia version. The Cartesia version that I made likes to interact with its opponent As where this version is more of a control version, because using Kaliga and Winda, you just stop them from playing, and you just summon once or twice and just keep poking them with a monster and denying them to play until they get mad and scoop, or you just kill them. So this is a more control version. So with it being a more of a control version and not an interactive version, the second Winda, I guess, kind of to a degree makes sense. But I don't know how I like it. The reason being is because I had to drop app to 1. The reason why you only run 1 app is because you don't run Nadir. When you run Nadir, you need to run multiple copies because you need 1 to summon and you need 1 to send off Nadir. And sometimes even a third copy can come up. So that's the reason why I swapped the ratios between these two. And that's actually it for the Shaddolls. If you didn't want to run a second second Winda, you can swap 1 Winda for the Shik. Because we run such a high doll name, we run 12. You can get away, and we run the Fenrir and the Genius. You can potentially make one of the Windas into Shik if you wanted to, but it's up to personal preference. Right now, I'm just going. I didn't feel like I needed Shik. I just felt like a second Winda would be better. But yeah, another reason about this, because you can revive this off of Resh, and then obviously this being this effect can't be destroyed by battle. So it makes it to where summon in defense positions not as punished. You're not getting as punished as much as you would be if you were summoning a Winda, because they can just go battle phase attack over Winda in defense position, main phase 2, make a full board. Yes, it protects you from being OTK'd, but it doesn't really stop them from playing, which is what you're trying to do with Winda anyways. And the reason why it's okay with summoning Winda in defense position in the Cartesia version is because you have so many other interactions that you're going to stop them with, or you, at very worst, you have a Chaos Angel up on board that prevents your stuff from being destroyed by battle. We don't have that luxury in this variation of the deck, so you have to combat that. Invoked. 1 Macabre, that's all you need. You don't need to. 1 gets the job done. Because most of the time you go Kaliga turn 1 anyways, you don't go Macabre. You go Macabre mid-game, and by the time you do that, it steals you the game. 1 Raijin because of 2 Windy, and we run Fualos in the side deck, which is a wind as well. And it's just a free target for Instant Fusion 2. And it's just generic, like Omni Heroes. Like if you're playing against something with Super Poly and stuff, that's a win. So 1 Agoides, pushes for game, pop stuff, get rid of it. Kaliga, the boy. That's it for the Invoke cards. 1 of each, 1, 1, 1, 1. That's all you need. I'm not running Purg. If you want to run Purg, you could potentially cut the second window if you didn't want to run Shik and you want to run Purg, but I don't think Purg's needed because you kill with this, you kill with Agoides. Well, you really kill with Klee and Winda, but if you're talking about life points, and you just kill with Agoides. Super Poly, 1 Garua, 1 Mud Dragon. Standard, Instant Fusion target, Super Poly target. Makes sense. And then the last card is Typhon. This card is mandatory. You're not getting around not playing this. It's just not happening. Definitely with talents. Talent, steal their monster, put this on top, bounce their shit. So you broke a board for 2 just in 2 cards. So you trade harder with your 2 for 2s. And then you just attack over 1. So indirectly you trade 2 for 3. You use 2 cards to out 3 cards. So it's really nice at worst case. And almost everybody plays into this. Clean 15 extra deck. Extra deck, the only thing that's awkward about it is the double window, and only because I'm not used to it. I haven't used double window in a long time, like multiple years. Side deck. Side deck I think is actually perfect in my personal opinion. It's just an overall generic side deck. Starting out 3 Fualos. This card is self-explanatory. It gets us to our engine. It gets us to our side deck. If you don't have access to this, then swap it out for another hand trap or a board breaker of your choice, like Mind Control, Thrusts, etc., etc. But I like Fualos. And then I think this next card is going to be really good, this format, which pairs well with Alistair anyways. It's Peanut Butter and Jelly with that card, and that is 3 Econ. You just normal summon Alistair. They go, because there's going to be a lot of targeting effects, I think, this format. So, whether it's with the Ryziel cards or it's with the cash cards or whatever the case may be, you just go Alistair, just go target, whether it's negating or banishing or whatever, you can just go econ tribute to steel, and then go off from there. But yeah, I like 3 econ. Econ's gonna be really good, I think. And then 3 Book of Eclipse. It's going very good into Ryziel, and on top of that, at worst case, it flips our Alistair back down. When they're trying to imperm Valor, etc., or whatever they're trying to do, it makes all their targeting effects dodge. At worst case, but it's mainly there to stop Ryziel and other decks too from like Link climbing or XZ summoning or whatever. Also, it's good playing into a board with this. You just go this, and then it's like almost like kind of like a pseudo Dark Ruler. The only bad part about this is if you have Shaddoll Fusion in hand going second, and you just do this and book their shit. Then your Shaddoll Fusion from the main deck is dead. But if they Ash this, then it just trades better because then your Shaddoll Fusion will resolve. 3 Lancia because of Malice is a deck, so you gotta be ready for that. And this is a light target too, so it's not that bad to have. It's a free light target. And then the last 3 in the deck, side deck, is 3 Dark Ruler. This is just an early take on the format and just overall level of generic. I don't run Bestials because they conflict with Fenrir. So if you were wanting to ask that, because Bestials will be good, but if you're running Fenrir, it just conflicts, so there's no point. Other than that, this is it for the main extra inside. I really think this version of the deck has a really solid potential to play into the format. I think outside of like the Azamina decks, and maybe like Rogue like Yubel or something like that, there's not really anything that puts up heavy negates. So like it's more so just interaction based / board presence denial, and our deck fares well into denial of board presence because our stuff replaces itself. It's just Shaddoll nature in that regard. But that's one of the biggest reasons, and we can just play through a lot when it doesn't actually negate our crap, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I really think this list is really solid. I worked on it for a while. I really wanted to do another Invoked list, and the ban list kind of like, in my opinion, kind of helped me out in that regard. And I'm really satisfied with this list. I am kind of sad though I couldn't get the hand trap one consistent because I think hand traps, board breakers are good, but like I think hand traps right now are potentially better. But our engine just doesn't do enough off of 1 to 2 cards consistently without our opponent having certain said cards as much as like meta decks do. So I kind of think we're forced to go the board breaker route, but the board breaker route is not bad at all. I just feel like you're forced to run less board breakers, which makes it less consistent to draw them, and you are more likely to draw engine going second than you were breakers. But that's why I maximize like the breakers to be forced to interact with and do multiple things like Fenrir, talents, and all that stuff, and called by, etc., and super poly. So like I feel like out of all the breakers, they're the more two-way ones right now than others. Their offense and defense. So, but with that being said, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. And it's been a long time since I've done Invoked, but Invoked is my baby. Shaddolls are my baby. Invoked Shadolls. But yeah, I highly recommend you putting this list together and give it a shot. I don't think you'll be disappointed, and if you are, I apologize. I tried my best. But with that being said, guys, go out there and wreck the format with Invoked Shadolls. Invoked Shaddoll, best deck, baby. And let me know in the comment section how it goes out there playing this deck, whether it's this version or your own version. I like hearing from you guys, and while you're at it, check the description for all the ways to support me, my Patreon, my Discord, and all of my other social media links and everything down there as well as my merch store as well. All the links you could ever imagine, everyone, is down there, and I appreciate you so much for making it this far in the video and checking everything down below as well. It's your boy Brendan, aka Drip from Team D.D.D, signing out. Till next time, peace. Good dueling, my guys. Love you.